Hello, my name is Sarah Smith and I'm the Libraries Development Manager for Brent Libraries, and I have to say that I was absolutely delighted to be asked to be a judge for Read for Empathy, which is all about selecting books on an annual basis to celebrate Empathy Day, which is the 9th of June. So, along with a number of other wonderful judges from education and school backgrounds, it was a wonderful opportunity for me to be able to discover a wide range of books that I might not have come across. So I worked with a group of other wonderful people to select books for young people in secondary schools. And the book that I want to talk about today is Jemima Small versus the Universe by Tamsin Winter. Now, I would say that this is aimed at children stroke young people, ages 10 to 14, I would say. Why did I choose this book? Apart from the fact that it's on our list for Empathy Day and something that we want to spread the gospel about, I felt that this book resonated with me because it is about being overweight, being in school where you don't fit in. And the reality is that in school, we all want to fit in. We don't want to be different at all. And Gemma, because of being overweight, is different. She does stand out. But the thing is Gemma is still confident. She still tries to rise above it. And I love the way that this story, deals with her life and how she manages to deal with the issues that she has to face. She comes from a single parent family. Her mother has disappeared, so she has a brother who wants to be a magician. And Gemma herself actually is a whiz when it comes to general knowledge. And what happens at school is they announce that there is a competition where children, or should I say young people, can enter this competition and go on TV. And Gemma is a prime candidate for it. So that's one thing that Gemma has got going for her, because she is just great on knowing so many different facts. The other thing that I wanted to draw to your attention about her journey through this book and how she deals with her weight issues, but also how she comes up on top with regard to this particular competition, is it highlights bullying. And I myself, when I was in high school, faced that. So it really resonated with me. I remember when I was in first form and the needlework teacher got all the girls to stand up in class. The boys had been sent out for woodwork, and she looked at us all and she said, everybody in here is a size 10 or a size 12 except for Sarah, who is a size 14. So I'm talking 35 to 40 years later, I can still remember that, and I can remember how distressed and upset I felt. Well, something similar happens to Gemma. She's in year 8 and the teacher says to her, right, everybody in the class is going to be weighed and we're going to use a special type of weight barometer, and it's going to be bananas. So basically each child has to get on the scales, and your weight is calculated by a number of bananas. So you can imagine how absolutely awful this must be for Gemma, because she's going to stand out in the class, and I thought it was so insensitive of a teacher. What actually happens is they gather up all the young people in the high school who are overweight, and they have to go on a special training course. And there is a teacher, and the teacher who is managing this is actually disabled. So I thought, actually, this does sort of show up looking at disability and how this teacher has managed to make her life work for her. And she's a wonderful character. And there's a good story in the book, but I won't tell you about that because she does get involved with Gemma and her family. So when you read this story, this is about someone who has to cope with bullying, the casual remarks from other young people, so Jemima Small is her name, but she's referred to as Gemma Big and sumo wrestler, and just some really horrible comments, and she has to try and rise above it and try not to let it bother her at all. So Gemma deals with that. She deals with this challenge of wanting to go for it in terms of this TV competition, and my does she do that. And also there's a mystery about her mother, because you know it's a single parent family, but what happened to her mother? There's a mystery there, and that's quite interesting as well. So it's a wonderful story. I would definitely recommend it. Some wonderful characters, and can I tell you that some of those bullies, they have to atone for themselves at the end. So Gemma Small versus the Universe by Tamsin Winter, wonderful book, highly recommended. You go for it.